going to come in afterward. We're going to sit here and talk about whatever you want to, because we're here for the community.
We're going to put that link in our Discord channel where the community gets all of their stuff for being paid members, right?
All right. Very interesting. Okay. So obviously we have technical difficulty. I can't put anybody up on comments or anything like that. Hopefully everybody can hear us though. Heather, can you be heard as well?
Probably if I unmute. Probably.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll try that and see how that works, right?
Maybe. Possibly. Yeah, well, we'll see.
Okay. It's crazy.
I think the chat is working. I mean, if you comment on Twitch, we'll be able to pull your comment up on screen.
Yeah.
But if you comment on YouTube, we don't see it. But I can say, oh, we're live with sound. Thank you, Andrew. All right.
Who's out there? Any clue?
Yes. And I'm really bad at this one. NLTMW.
Yeah, that's Mike Fancy.
Okay. And he's a community member. Member. You think I would remember that. Okay. All right, Mike. Sorry, Mike. I'm really bad at that part. And then of course we have Eddie Smallhorn, who right off the bat, before we're even ready to go live, sticks us with $3.99. Very grateful. Thank you, sir.
Freaking awesome.
And Andrew and Richard Clarkson and Sheila Hensley. I'm going to read her comment. She says, "Hi all. I'll listen as long as I can. Good to be here live. Yes, we hear you fine." So there we go.
No doubt.
And BR is in the house or in la casa.
Okay, good. Glad to hear that. All right, here we go. So, all right, tonight we talk. It's kind of cool. I just started doing this, and I've actually done these for a long time, but the new version of it is really cool. Google Sites, and I just created.
I was wondering if you were going to actually tell the folks what you're talking about. But yes, Google Sites. You're so excited about it.
It is. It's pretty cool. My thing is I love ease of use. And I know a lot of times, like even with this StreamYard, ease of use is awesome, even though they're not streaming from YouTube or whatever. I don't think it's their fault. But anyway, yeah, I like ease of use. And to me, it's just so simple. So let's get right to it. What do you say? We get to it?
I like it. That's a great idea.
All right, let's try this. Okay, let's see if I can go to, all right. So hopefully you can see my screen. I'm going to try and edit and draw and everything. I have this here and down at the bottom right. Okay, this is so
okay. Okay, so hold on. You say you have this here. So this is the beginning of Google Sites. You just went to googlesites.com or whatever.
It's sites.google.com.
Thank you. Okay.
Yep. You guys don't get to see the arrows. Oh my gosh. It's all just like, whatever. Yeah. I'm sorry. So up at the top in the browser, it's sites.google.com. Down the bottom right, you're going to see a plus sign.
Yeah, I see it. Mm-hmm.
All right. There's a plus sign. I'm going to click that plus sign and create a new one. We're just going to create a whole new site. And this is what it gives you. Okay. You get your title page and you just basically a blank slate. Everything along the right. Here's all the kind of things that you can insert: text box, image, embed. You can actually embed now, which is kind of cool. So you can embed different things, whatever. If you have an embed that you get from someone, you can embed that from Google Drive. And then, of course, since it's a Google product, you have YouTube, calendar, map, a Google map, Google Docs.
These are all things that you can add into your website.
Yep. Just by clicking and going. Yes.
Okay, now I do want to ask you one question. You're in what would be considered an editor, right? Like this isn't actually live until you publish it, right?
Absolutely correct.
Okay,
so example,
okay.
That publish button up here next to my name, once I publish it, then it would become live, but it's not live until I give it out,
Right. I just wanted to make sure we were in an editor because sometimes can be confusing to folks to think that they built a page and yet no one can actually find it on the World Wide Web. So I just want to make sure that that's what we're doing here. It's the editor. Okay. All right.
Exactly.
Also, Lowland sorry. Lowland has joined us. I'm so sorry.
Wonderful. Wow. You know what? You got to quit drinking so much before you come in. No.
I'm thinking that if I don't drink my coffee, I'm not going to have a very good show today. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Why don't you get to it, Michael, for Pete's sake?
I am. I'm working on it right now. All right, here we go. So table of contents. They also have over here where you can add a table of contents, an image carousel. These are two things. These are like the latest things this year that they've added.
Oh, so image, cool.
Yeah, image carousel is pretty cool. You can add a button that can take you to one of your other pages or to a specific place or, out to the real world or whatever. Then they have divider lines. And then, like I said, everything else, you're going to see mostly Google stuff. It's all Google stuff.
Of course. Well, I mean, that's one of the beauties of using Google Sites is because it is integrated so well with Google products. So when you create something in Google Docs or Google Sheets, you're going to be able to bring it over easy peasy. Unlike, say, if you have a WordPress website, you got to use a plugin and then you got to deal with them talking to each other. But anyway, I didn't mean to make you take that off a screen.
Oh, no, you're all right.
But so it's really cool that you found this and that they've been updating it because that means it's a product that'll be around for a little while. So tell us some more.
I hope so. I mean, I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So let's just, I'm just going to show you, like I said from the very beginning, ease of use. I love this. This is my thing that I love about it. I can just take the text out of there. I don't have to have that. I'm going to create an image in the background. So I'm going to select an image and I can go from all different kinds of places. They have preset stuff. Like if I wanted this banner or something, I could put this in there or any of these kind of things. I can do that. It's kind of cool. So let's just use one of theirs just for the sake of argument, as opposed to going
just to get it done real quick, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And these are safe to be used in your Google sites. That's why they put them in there. Okay.
Exactly. Cool. Exactly. And then I can put if I want to add text, I can, but right now, and I'm not going to do anything. You want to enter your site name. So this would be like a test live site.
Yeah.
Just so.
And if you had a logo, you could add a logo there, which is kind of nifty.
Yep. Okay. Absolutely. You can add a logo. You can do all kinds of different things. So it's really kind of cool. So
Sheila asked, that was going to be my question. How long will we have Google Sites? And I think anytime we see improvements or updates or any of those things, I think we're safe to know that they are definitely keeping something like this at least for another month.
What I love though, let me show you on a YouTube. Let's just go to YouTube. If I know on YouTube something from my site. So let me go to my YouTube. Oops. Let me just go here. Just a quick shortcut to it.
All right. You're doing that while I talk about who else is in the audience. We have KK Bronson. Sound is good, he says. And Roy Montero. Hello, Roy. He says, hey, Roy. He says, hey, Michael, I'm not familiar with Google Sites. So are you aware if Google gives you a boost in the rankings, like SEO, and favor those pages over non-Google Sites pages? Just curious if you know that.
It's a great question. I don't think that is the case at all. I don't think they could get people to use it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that other website company, I think they try to be the fair act people. I mean, Google's that way.
I'm guessing no, it probably won't give you much of any boost. But if you have a site that is good with good content, and it's relevant to your search terms and whatnot, they probably have built-in SEO in this somewhere that you could probably fill out all that stuff and it would work.
Yep. So right here, I'm going to paste in. This is a YouTube video that we did a live show with Scott Peachy. When I put that in there, I can hit search and boom, there it is. It comes up. I select it and then boom, it puts it right in there automatically. One thing that's cool when you're editing and doing this, I can slide this around. I can make it, you're limited to this row or this line, but I can make it larger. I can drag it and make that, I can make that the whole page if I want. I can do, I can make it smaller. So I can put 3 of them side by side or something. That's one thing I like that's pretty kind of
It's
cool.
so easy to use it and make it, and look at it. When you drag it like that, we see some kind of like snap lines or something.
Yeah, a little grid, yeah, snap lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that shows you right there at that size, you can put 3 side by side.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
Exactly.
cool.
So it does give you those tools and options and things like that. If you wanted to do 2 side by side with a little gap in between, you could do that, and it'll do those kind of. I really like that. The other thing is, if you remember up at the top, the text box, images, embed, and drive, those icons up in the top right corner, you can, if I double click like right here on this blank area, you can kind of see my mouse. If I double click that, I get those same options.
Right.
And you learn to do that. So I can put like a title. There are some limitations to this that I don't like. I can't change color. I can't change fonts.
You can't even change things like site-wide. There's no site-wide edit.
There might be, but I haven't learned that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Here's code font, if that helps. I'm not sure, but
that would be how you could change to the font that you want by code.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Maybe.
So if I wanted, let's just say a title, this is Tinkering with Tech. And then if I go to the next line and I want to make this one maybe heading or subheading, I could say this was with Scott Peachy. See, so I can have like that, and then it shows up there. The other thing is you can't do that I don't like is I can't like center this, but like I can't move this down in that once it's in here, you can't do that. So you have limitations there. So what you almost have to do is you have to make sure that your video is the size so this works with it. You know, does that make sense? So that,
yeah.
Which is kind of a pain to me. I think
how some drag and drop stuff works that way, because there's got to be limitations, or else you'd have overlapping and.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I like how, like, if you're doing something like this and making your screen bigger, it moves the text over for you. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Cool. Yeah, it does that kind of thing.
So basically what you're saying by putting this together just right here, I'm seeing that somebody who has 0 experience with HTML, no idea how to do a website, could come into Google Sites and at least put something together, even if they just wanted to create a landing page or something for folks to go to. This is totally free at this stage of the game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is too, here's the deal. Like all of this text that I put in over here, you could actually put an image in with the text you want for those particular things. If if you have an image, whatever you use, I use Pixlr, and I can create and I could put a little colored background and stuff like that, or whatever I wanted to do. You could do that kind of thing. It's really kind of neat. But I like the fact that it just pulls so easily into things. That's what I like. So
speaking of really neat, guess who's here? Lon McClure is here. We haven't seen Lon in forever. So glad you're here, Lon.
Forever, sir. How in the world are you? My goodness. That's awesome.
I mean, it's like old home week. Lola Ann, Sheila, Andrew, Lon, Richard's here. It's so cool.
If I wanted a divider line, I can grab that, put a divider line, it puts it in there for you. And I think
you probably change how that looks.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't worked with that, so I don't know. I haven't gone into great detail on that. I'm sure you probably can.
Probably.
Like I said, I'm just touching on things and going, with whatever I think I can. But if I wanted to throw an image in here, if I come up here, go into images, let me just go to my Google Drive. Let's just pull an image that I have. Let's just say this American flag, just for the fun of it. Okay. So
all right.
Happy
there you go. That's cool.
Yep. I can just put that image in there. I can.
And it looks like you can do things like add a calendar and add maps. And
yes,
I mean, that's pretty nifty, because there's a lot of times people want to have like scheduling appointments or even having like directions to get to the place where, place of business or what have you.
Yeah, like you could have custom maps too. If you have like all the parks in your area that you want to put a map with the pins on there, you can put that specific map in there. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's really cool. Some of the stuff you can do.
Wow.
You can add things to the side. The thing that I like too, if you notice, it's kind of got like a purplish background here. I can go here to select a background, and I can use an emphasis. Like I can make this a light blue color or something like that. So then
so
like,
it sort of matches as we're
yeah,
scrolling down.
yes. Or I can upload or select an image like I did before. So it matches the, you can actually make it the same one. You know what I'm saying? So you could,
Smart.
you could have it like
Continuity throughout your page.
every other one. You could have it just like that. Yeah, exactly. Really kind of cool, really kind of neat and easy. I like the ease of use. And to add a page, like this is my main page, right? Test Live. I just go over here to pages and then hit the plus button down at the bottom here. And I just hit like, let's just say videos. If this is a page where all your videos are, then I can start one of the videos and it keeps the same title page.
Oh my goodness. Continuity across the entire site. That's pretty awesome. And this could be where you add all of your list of videos.
Yeah, exactly. So I could go here and go to YouTube. I'm just going to put that same one because rather than go search, I'm just going to put it. Of
course.
Yeah. So then I can do that. And one thing you can do too is if I were to do this again, I could just add that same one. I'm only adding the same one because that's what
we got it. We understand that.
If I come over here, you can kind of
do. There you go.
Back and forth kind of thing. So the only thing is like, okay, so what is this is all cool and all, but what is it going to look like on mobile? So if I go up here in preview, if you look at the very top, you can kind of see me hovering there.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like an icon. It's mobile and also I think that's a Chromebook they're showing.
Well, like a desktop or whatever. Yeah.
This is what it's going to look like right here. This is what it looks like on desktop. This is what it's going to look like on a tablet. And then this is what it's going to look like on a phone.
Immediate responsiveness. So much work goes into making your website responsive. That's so awesome that it's just so easy.
So if you need to change titles or text or anything like that, you can do all of that before you ever go live. And then I'm going to hit the X to go back out of preview, but it gives you an immediate preview of your site as you're building it. It's so stinking awesome.
All right. So we have in the audience, we have Beauty Bubble. She says, so happy to be here, taking lots of notes today. And then Sheila has a question.
Okay.
Can you do a text post with an image? So I would think kind of like a blog post, maybe. Can you do a text post with an image?
So text within an image, or what does that mean? I guess I'm not familiar with blogs, so help me out.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's asking about, like you said, put up an image with the words on it that you wanted.
Okay. So
maybe if I saying that, or
let's try it. Let's go see if let me add an image. I'm going to go down here and double click. I'm going to add an image. Let's go find another image on my Google Drive here. Just something that's out there. Let's just take this picture.
Okay.
Cool picture. So we have this cool picture, and I can add text. Can you see that? I'm not sure if you can see that.
Yeah.
It adds a description. Here is a cool photo, and then hit apply.
So now that's the alt text, which means when you hover over it, you're going to see those words.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll see those words when you hover over that. So if we were to go to this live and I was to hover over it, I should be seeing it. Is that what you're saying?
If you hover over and sit still, it just has like, it's the alternative text for that. So it's like almost like a tag or I'm having trouble thinking of the wording. Like a caption. Like a caption.
Like info. It has info.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not it. Okay. All right. So it's not demoing.
Yeah, it's not to put words over the top of that screen.
Okay, got you.
It's the alternative text for that image.
Add alt text. I got you. Add caption. That's probably in text, right?
That would just put it underneath it.
Yep. Here.
So in order to put words over the top of it, you'd have to have like some kind of text editor in image editor, and then add your text over it, and then you would put that on top.
Okay. But I can put this to the top, I think, right? Can I move that or no? I wonder. Oh, yeah. Look at there. I can move it to right there.
Nifty. That's kind of cool.
I can move it.
Now you're moving the whole thing, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm moving the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. So, yep. Interesting. I can put the text off to the side right here. There you go. Interesting. or below. See,
Lowland said that she and Bill Graham played with sites over a year ago, and it looks like there are quite a few more features. So that's kind of cool.
Yep. It is kind of
So
cool.
Andrew said alt text. If you turn off images in the browser, the alt text will show up. So if you run your browser without images loading, you would see words there instead.
Gotcha.
Thank you for that, Andrew.
Look at there. I can make that. I can zoom in and out on that image. That's way too cool, huh?
That's pretty neat.
Another thing that's really kind of neat, I think, is you can add a link. So if you wanted to have a picture that you could click on to go to that or something.
Right. So I want to buy that castle. So you would take me to, you'd put in the link for the MLS listing, or is that right? MLS?
Yeah. Whatever it is.
Did Sheila, correct me. Is it MSL or MLS? I don't remember.
I think that's Major League Soccer.
Right. Take me to the listing for that castle. That's what I want you to link me to.
Yes. Well, you have to get to Major League Soccer too.
All right.
All right. So this is the extent of it, though. It's kind of cool. You can go back and forth to the pages that you're on. There's videos, there's home, all that kind of stuff. Really, I felt like this was very, very useful and simple and easy. You know what I'm saying? Just ease of use in creating that. And you can see how quick I did that. I know.
And then if you were to publish right now, if you were to hit publish, it would be live and you could send that link to anybody and say, come visit my website, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Yeah.
But here's my question though. This would then be a site owned by Google still, correct?
Yes.
So it's not necessarily mine. I can do whatever I want and they can never take it away from me type thing, right?
You're still at sites.google.com/whatever you have test live site or whatever.
Okay. So now so is it possible to go past that and purchase my own domain and actually do all that with this thing that I created here on Google Sites? Is that possible?
Yes. So when I go to publish, yes, the answer is yes. Okay. If I go to publish, the next page allows me to get my custom URL or manage that.
Okay.
So if you already have a domain that's paid for, this is where you go through that process and all that kind of stuff. One thing that's kind of cool is what I found out, who can view my site. You can actually manage that and make it a private site, which is that's our little surprise for later. We're going to show you guys how you can do that kind of thing.
It says who can view my site. Oh, I was thinking you were going to tell me that like you could make me a manager of your site, but you're talking about allowing it to be a public versus a private, or a private thing that only certain people would be allowed to see it.
Exactly.
So you could actually use this for something like, say, a paid for community.
Oh,
interesting.
Or an intranet. You can actually use it as a company could use it as an.
Oh my gosh, that's like a smack dab to 1980 something.
I'm telling you. So what you were talking about, if you look at the little guy with a plus sign and everything, the share icon, you can click that, and that allows you to share this site with individuals so they can edit or maybe view.
Okay.
Individually.
So just like when you're sharing a document or a spreadsheet, the exact same concept. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Google kept it in the same ecosystem as far as that go. You get site analytics, gives you site analytics. You can duplicate the site. This is kind of cool. This is the menu here. You can build custom URLs, site info settings, all that kind of stuff right here. It gives you all.
And they even have a tour. So if you didn't really enjoy this walkthrough, they have a tour for you. But I can't believe you wouldn't. Okay, so here's the thing. Andrew's explaining still that alt text. I want to mention that again, guys. The text or comments are not working for us to bring them up on screen, but I'm willing to read your comment in my best reading comment voice. He's explaining that alt text, when that alt text shows up instead of pictures, that it is great for screen readers for non-sighted people, which is pretty awesome because it would actually tell them, this is the big castle that Heather wants to buy. Right, that's what it would say. Yeah. And then just so you know, it's MLS, multiple listing service. I got it right. And then Beauty Bubble has a question. Will it publish to a site such as Medium?
I don't know specifically that answer. I don't know that I should even attempt to answer that. What I do know though, if you already have that domain already chosen, Google site will attach to whatever domain name you have. So if that answers,
there's a few steps. There's a few steps you have to jump through in order to make that all work out. But yes, you can actually use your domain that you've paid for, and you can actually build it as a site and then create it that way. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that I was on the same page.
And Roy is agreeing with me. You can use it as an intranet circa 1987. Exactly. And so Lolan even put in there a link for the site that she used to learn. So maybe she'll jump back in there and see what's changed. Maybe she'll check that out. Lon McClure says, longtime user of sites. Latest updates add so much. Getting back a lot of the function that we lost from original Google sites. Not all, but some.
Yeah, I agree. And also one thing I love is you can add your own embed now. They never had embed ever. They always had to do it through a widget. You had to do through a widget and make all that happen. Now you can actually embed code to make it come up on screen. Does that make sense?
It does, now that I know what you meant when you said embed. And that wasn't what I heard, so it's all good. It's perfect.
Yes.
Excellent.
Depends on who you go embed with. Embed. So there's a difference, you know.
And I know. I'm leaving it. You're the one staying there. Okay, move on.
I know. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but it's really quite cool. So, you know, again, I believe there are limitations to it, but it's great for someone who. What I like about it, and I've already been using this. That's kind of where we're going. We're almost at time here.
Almost.
Where I've been using this and in a practical sense, and to edit it is just so simple for me.
I think that's the beauty of it, honestly, is the confidence that I've seen that you have the ability to just go in, make a few changes, and it looks great. Hey, check it out. I made a few more changes. Go see what I did. And it's so simple. Whereas for the since 2007, I have struggled immensely myself with trying to do my WordPress site and making things happen and looking up code and how do I get a button to do what I want it to do. And I have a lot of knowledge on that junk that I don't really want.
Yeah, exactly.
And I still can't get it right. So this is beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful that you can just drag and drop and move things around. It's so simple to make changes.
So once I've published it, I can publish anytime I update. I always want to publish, but then right here down to the right hand side, you can see that I've already published it. One thing is I can go to view the published site. I can just go and look at that real quick if I need to, or I can unpublish it. If I need to work on it for a little bit, I can unpublish it for a little bit. And then it shows you your published settings. So you always have a way to get back. I kind of like that. They always do hidden menu items. You know, we were talking about
that's Google.
Yeah, it's Google. But that little down arrow allows you to do a lot of that cool stuff like that. I like also, like if I'm on this image and I wanted you to, I love being able to add a link to this image.
Yeah, and it's so simple to do so. You don't have to know how to jump through the WordPress hoops or whatever you're using for your site building. There's a few comments out there. So let's see. Andrew says, can the source code be exported and used elsewhere? That's a good question. Might be something to look into.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I know you can duplicate a site. You know what I'm saying? I know you can hit duplicate and it'll duplicate it.
And Lolan is correcting, chat would not let her add the full link. Searching Google does not bring it up. And that may have something to do with it being not your personal domain. So if you're not there, I really do think that when you're a Google site, if you're using this to try to be on the internet to use it as a business and you want to be out there and searchable, you really need to have your own domain, and you really need to do it. You can still use Google Sites to do that, but you do need to pay in order to achieve that independence and the ability to put it out there. So
totally agree with that.
We also have Scully's House of Thrillers is here. Oh, hello.
How are ya?
And Sheila agrees with me. WordPress is maddening. Yep. Streamlabs
thing is ease of use and changing it daily. I can change it in 2 minutes and boom, done, get off of there. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah. Scully's House of Thrillers says Streamlabs seems to have creator websites incorporated into their system. It looks real user friendly.
Oh, interesting. That's nice.
And that is interesting. Yeah. And then Roz, she just joined us. She just woke up and she showered. Oh, thank goodness. And she saw that we are still live, so she had to join us. Very good.
Good. I'm glad.
Glad you're here, Roz.
Thank you, everybody, for coming too. And thank you, Eddie Smallhorn. I know those of you that didn't hear earlier, Eddie left us a super chat for
we appreciate that.
And thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate you.
I will say that this is kind of a cool thing for something like what we do. We, for those of you who don't know, a great deal of the folks in the audience are members, but Michael and I have a paid for community we call Tinkering with Tech Community. And the way it works is you pay $10 a month and you get access to not just these videos. It helps produce these videos that we're doing once a week, but it also has a slew of membership benefits that are hidden behind a paywall. And what you found with Google Sites allows us to create something that we don't care if it's searchable on the internet. We don't want it to be. It's a private area. Like you were saying, you can change the management of that site to be private, and then only those folks that you share it with will have access to, which would be our members. If we only had one of those Google Sites already set up, that would be so cool.
Is that supposed to be a lead-in or something like that?
Did it sound like one? Did it sound like one at all? No?
Yeah, it is. But hold on one second. You were
fine. You weren't ready. I'm sorry. I did it too soon. Darn it.
That's all right.
Darn it.
No, but here's the cool thing. And I'm going to show a quick glance of exactly what we got going on. I did create one already. I'm going to show you folks exactly. I'm going to show you first a public Tinkering with Tech site.
As Scott would say, public.
That's right. You're going to see what the public, if the public wants to see.
I wish I could bring comments up because Lon says the suspense.
Yeah, that's right. The suspense. So for example, this one right here, I'm going to show you, this is and I'm going to take the banner off. Let me take the banner off. Why do we always get a comment? Okay. So this would be the public site. Just has information about our community, nothing very revealing, just shows the next show. And it talks about some of the things why you would want to join the Tinkering with Tech community.
See, okay, so let me stop you for just a second, because this is what I was trying to say earlier about a great landing page. You don't need this to necessarily be found on the internet, but what you can do is at the bottom of all of your videos where you talk about Tinkering with Tech, have a link to this, and it's a beautiful, you can easily change it if you need to, if something happens and we've decided we're changing something with the community or whatever, you can make it very simple here. And those who are actual members have an opportunity to access the private site from this area.
That's what I've got right here. If you look, I know it's hard to read, but it says here is for members only link for the private tinkering.
Yeah. Now, what happens if somebody is not a member, but they click that? What would happen?
A 404 error.
Like they're not a member,
right?
And they click that and they get what?
A 404 error. It's an error that Google puts out there that you get a 404 message. But what would be cool then, since we have this, it'd be nice to have another one right here to become a member. Click this link form, then you can become a member. So that's what you would do on the same public page.
And because this integrates with forms, right?
Yes, Google Forms.
Yeah, so you could put that Google form that we use right there. You could do that.
Absolutely.
I would let you.
Right. Yeah, there you go. And then I'm going to show you very briefly and talk really quickly because I don't want you to give away all the secrets. but this is going to be our private site that you can see that I've already created. And in 5 minutes,
oh, we're so ahead of the clock. Well, wait, before you go there, I want to tell you what's being said in the comments. So this might slow it down a little bit. Okay. Andrew is saying there are 11 and a half hours of hands-on workshop videos. Only one of the benefits of being a member. That's what's available to you. You have 190 plus daily tips. 190 plus daily tips. So now what I want to know is, does that private site, don't tell me if you're going to show us later, but does the private site have 190 plus tips on there? No, you didn't put them all in?
No, what I did is I have about 10 or 15, and I have a playlist of every single one.
Okay.
I figured, why reinvent the wheel? Why make everybody go through?
Wow. But you got playlists.
Click right to the playlist.
So all of those access to all of those tips are in that private section, and they're just a click. Just a click.
That's it.
Wow, that's pretty snazzy. Yeah. Sheila said that's what I was talking about with text. So you did show something that answered her question.
Oh, good.
You did.
Yeah.
That's good. Or maybe. Oh, and Roz is over on Twitch, so we get to actually bring up a comment. That's awesome. Thank you, Roz. We appreciate it.
It's like the second time that
StreamYard. It's actually Restream, isn't it? Restream and YouTube not talking today. What do you know?
Imagine that. They don't like each other.
It's technology.
I know.
So this is really a neat thing that you found with, and I mean, I know Google Sites has been around a long time, but finding out that they've updated some things and they put some things in there that are actually making it a lot easier to utilize. And like Lon said, as a longtime user, it's quite exciting to see those updates to the site. And exactly. you sharing how you can use it as a landing page, and then how you can use another page to have as a private area.
Yeah. And just have a link to go back and forth as you wish. But for only members only can see the private end of it. So, but the other thing too that's really quite cool that I feel is like a benefit, I would say, is the ability to put those private things in those specific pages and stuff like that. You could actually go further. You could have a subset of that, like a subset of, here's another page for the private members to see. You could do it different levels.
Oh, so you could have like the deluxe awesome membership. That means those people pay you even more money, or they've been around longer, or whatever your reason.
However you want to, kind of like a breakdown, like Patreon. I think Patreon does that different levels and stuff. You could do the same thing. Everybody gets to come to this one, but then these people get to go to this one if they click this link. So you can build it that way. Or if you're doing business, this is for salesmen only. This is for foremen of jobs only. I'm just using construction because that's what I have. That kind of thing. So you can just do different levels and different things. Then you could have one where everybody can be a part of and get all the, that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of really.
Lon has a comment. He says public and private is pretty cool. I hadn't realized that potential. So that's good. He learned something there. And Andrew says also the comments are each time stamped. I did not realize that there was commenting you could add too.
Yeah, I did that through a Google form and a Google Doc.
Oh, Mr. Sneaky.
in our community to make that kind of a commenting kind of thing.
Of course you did.
But the thing is, here's the other thing I was going to mention too, is you have this site that you do. If somebody doesn't want a Google account, they can still be a member. They just can't interact, but they can still view everything.
So you have to have a Gmail or something in order to be a part of that? No,
I don't think you do. I think because I can share with anyone.
Okay.
I can share with anyone, but in order for them to interact with like what he's talking about, entering in a Google form and clicking on that and all that kind of stuff, they would have to have a Google
account.
Not a Gmail, a Google account.
Well, and that's probably based on the settings of what you did with that form specifically, probably. I'm guessing, because I know that I have forms that people can fill out whether they have a Google account or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, so here's the question. You said that you wanted to show us something, but what I'm curious about is how, like, if we had created a paid for community site that only our members could access, how would you share it with them? Like, I mean, what is it that you do to share that site with them?
Great point. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my test site. If I go to this little right here, here, let me share my screen first. Okay. If I go back to up here, this little guy, share with the others, I would click there and I would add that person's name. Invite people to share
their name or their email address. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yep. And that's where you'd have to have the Google. Well, no, you don't have to have a Google account. I'm sorry. You have to, in order to see it, all I need is an email address.
Gotcha.
But I recommend for the engagement and participating along with it, because there's things on there that are Google only, I recommend you have a Google account.
Right. We like that. Yeah. I mean,
but how you
and I, we know we are Google fans, so we don't have any problem with that. But somebody out there might be like, what?
It is 5:45 Eastern time. You guys got an email inviting you to become a member to this private site. You're also, Heather just mentioned, I'm sending right now, every one of you just got an invite to be a part and be able to view.
If you are a Tinkering with Tech community member, check your email, yo.
Yep.
Check your email, yo.
Two emails right now. One that says that what we're doing, and the second one is so you can view our new website that we will be uploading and doing all of our information. This is where it will come. So for example, if I'm on Discord, okay, a lot of us in the community know that we're part of Discord. If you don't want to sign up for Discord, you don't have to now.
Wow, that's huge, because a lot of people don't like that Discord thing.
So now you can just come straight in to the Google site.
So wait a minute. Discord worked as our community. Discord is where we were able to chat with each other and we were able to upload things, and that's where we got all of our daily tips. You're saying now all of that can happen on this Google site?
It can happen on this Google site now. Yes, it can. So I'm going to show you quickly. This is you people that are not members are going to get a quick glance at our private site. So it's going to be quick.
Look close and then go back and pause it.
Then come be a member.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
So what we do is I have a schedule. Every week I do a schedule, and I'm going through. This is the pass to come in afterward. So you can just click that and come right into our Zoom.
Look at that. It'll be the same link every time.
Here's where we have that form where you can put notes, and there's some notes going back and forth. There's the calendar with every event that we have on it. This is a Google Photo page. Google Photo, combined Google Photo page that we have that lets us all share photos with one another and that kind of stuff. So that's just the first page. That's just the start. If you saw that, it was quick. I know it was quick, but we want you to become a member so you can get some of those benefits. There's a whole nother page that has every workshop we've ever done. There's a whole nother page that has every video that I've done a daily tip on, or we've done a daily tip on. And then there's also another page that has all of the shows, the ones that you're on right now. You'll see all of that. Really kind of cool.
Very cool. All right, so I'm going to run through the comments too. Lon said, Google account is used to verify who you are. That is accurate and correct. And then Scully's House of Thrillers. I'm using my Google account for more and more stuff. Scully says, I use Discord. Lolan says, I love Discord. Lon says, screenshot at the ready. He was ready to snap something there. And then Richard says, I'm not using Datacord. I'm using Discord. And then Roz says, I like Google for most everything. Scully says, what's the difference between, oh, okay, I see. You showed him in the middle of his comment there. Sheila says, praise all the heavens and Michael too. Doing a dance, I can be a part of the community now. Yes. I had to say that one. And Roz says, I know what I'm doing today now.
There you go.
And Scully says, all in Google account, question mark.
Yes.
Yes. And there's a few other comments from Roz over on Twitch that she said, definitely need to go back to the start of this video to check out everything. It does sound very interesting. Haven't used Google Sites unless it was in the dim, dark ages. Yeah, and I reckon I'm going to do a bit of research and prep, sounding better all the time. That's awesome. Always very excited when we share something that I know in the beginning, folks are like, what the heck? Why? Like, that's how last week's episode was, right? Yeah. I showed that Ripple app and people are like, yippee, no. And then at the end, we're like, wait a minute. I want to know more. And when they came back in, they're like, I can see using this for this. I can see using it for that. And that's what we love about the backstage pass. When you click on that button as a community member, you get to actually come in to the backstage pass and hang out with us. And kind of exciting because you get to ask more questions about Google Sites if you are a community member. And if you're not,
I actually have. It's open. That Zoom, it's the same Zoom link every time it opens up the Zoom for that pass. It's already open.
Yeah, so you could actually go hang over there. Yeah. Click on that pass now. So those of you watching live right now, you can click in your email, go to that members. Go to that email that Michael sent you. Click that backstage pass link, and it will open up a Zoom where Michael is waiting for us to be there and show up, right?
Yep. It's already open, ready to go. It's really kind of cool.
That's pretty nifty.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of neat stuff that you can do, and I hope I taught some people some stuff. I hope you'll learn a little bit. I hope you can. I'd love to have comments. If you guys, anybody that watches this or rewatches this or anything like that, please come in and put comments in and say, hey, look, can you do this? Or this is really cool. This is helpful. We'd always love, Heather and I both would love to have people come in and join the community, of course. But even if you don't, just come in for a month, try it out. Try it for a month.
$10. Absolutely. Now, how do they join if the folks watching aren't community members? How do they join right now?
What we're going to do is from this point forward, we're going to have that public one with a link where they can just click the form. Okay. So there'll always be the public one that we'll be able to bring up or do whatever and just send it out, be sites.google.com/whatever, private, public tinkering. And then, or in every description of every video of every show, we have the link with the form that you fill out, and boom, you become a member.
So that link, that form is there right now in the bottom of this video on YouTube right now. So you could go to that right now and sign up. And it's really, like he said, it's so simple, because if you decide after a month of doing this, just go ahead and cancel. We don't care. Exactly. It's totally okay. It's totally okay.
You may want to come in, consume all the information, and then just leave. I mean, you might want.
We're fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for us to get rich by any stretch of the imagination. All we're trying to do is buy programs like StreamYard, or buy things like and Zoom, or buy something.
The things that we use to share and help others.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. We're trying to learn things like this.
I will also say it provides us a place where we can connect with folks who want to learn more things and ask us the questions that help us do these shows. So it is a give and take situation, because your questions often, Mark Barris, for example, often asks, what's my answer to this? How do I do this better or simpler? And that's what we research and figure out. So a lot of these episodes that you see here are like, I mean, I'm pulling my hair out. I need to make a website and I want it to be simple so I can use it. And Michael says, Google Sites.
Yep, exactly.
Let me show you how.
Yeah, I mean, so this is a fun one. I really wanted to show people this one. So you guys, anybody has any questions, I'll also put it in the Discord and also in the Hangout chat. Anybody that can't get in with the link yet, or you're having troubles or anything like that, I don't know if anybody's saying anything like that, but feel free to come join us. We're going to end the broadcast here in just a moment. I really do appreciate everybody. Appreciate you. Anybody that's watching from before or later, excuse me, not before. Anybody that's watching
in the future, which would be currently present for them.
So back into the future or something like that.
Correct.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But thank you everyone for coming and joining us. And hopefully we will see you next week. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate you. Bye.